June. I haven't done a few updates. I had some personal things that we had to attend to. I'm still in the book of James, doing the last chapter, James 5. And my study this morning is actually the end of the study, so I'll probably just polish it up next week to be presented next Friday evening. Hopefully it will be a better presentation. I was struggling last week, the week before when I did the presentation on James 4, because of the previous Zoom bomb. A couple of people who came late and I didn't know them, and it just broke my train of thought. So apologies for that. Hopefully the next one will be a bit more, where I will be a bit more comfortable and there will be a better flow. Anyway, James chapter 5. The passage I'm on is the prayer of the righteous avail much. So the two concepts, righteousness and prayer. Now prior to that, it's all about, if you're sick, someone can lay on hands and pray for them and all that. But the key concept or the key verse is prayer of the righteous. So righteousness is the key in determining effective prayer. So how can I say that? Now I'm going to go a bit over righteousness after my next statement, just to give some context. But basically, prayer is the Hebrew word tefillah, and it means to judge oneself. And tefillah comes from the root word tafal, that means to judge. And that word is found in the context of Pinchas or Pinchas, who impaled the leader from the Hebrew camp with a foreign woman, catching them in the deed of sex. So he made the first kebab with his spear, and he breached a lot of commandments in the Torah, but Yahweh accounted him as being righteous. So Yahweh said he was a righteous man for doing what he's done, and as a result of that, the plague stopped. That the curse that was upon Israel because of that deed. So now we see the judgment of Pinchas and righteousness are connected. In the same way, judgment is connected to prayer. Tefillah is also connected to righteousness in James 5. So now we see the three coming slowly together. And the important thing to know about righteousness, the first thing to jump to mind is what we've been taught in church, that we are declared righteous by the blood of Messiah. So we don't have to do anything. And that's the premise for not to do any works, because we are declared righteous. We don't have to do anything. But James gives us the contrasting argument to say faith without works is dead. So your faith walk means nothing unless there's actions following you. If there's no fruit, you can't really show your righteousness. So righteousness has basically got two components if you just look at this. So it's not Paul is right, James is wrong, and the church is right, and that other denomination is wrong, or the Messianics are right and the church is wrong. It is both. And that's basically the premise of Hebrew block logic. Now, a block is a three-dimensional object, and if there's, say, 4 people or 5 people sitting around the object, then you suspend the object in the air, and everybody look at the object and describe the object from their point of view. They might see, for example, if it's a cube with inscriptions on it, they will describe a different facet of the block that will be maybe contrary, maybe complementing, or just being different to his fellow believers sitting next to him or opposite him. The Greek way of thinking is it's black and white, it's this or that. But the Hebrew way of looking at things is that it is all of those things combined. So with a Hebrew mindset, we need to look at righteousness from those two aspects. Now there's more aspects to it. There's actually 4 aspects to righteousness. I hope I can remember them righteousness, the first one is, yes, we are declared righteous through the blood of Mashiach. And that righteousness act of Mashiach deals with the consequences of sin, which is death, which is the final process or the final step in the restoration process of restoring things back to the Garden of Eden. If you reverse everything back, the first thing that happened, or the last thing that happened prior to Adam and Chava finding themselves outside of the garden, is committing a sin. And the sin was not obeying Yahweh's command. They obeyed the confusion of twisting Yahweh's command of not to eat from the tree. So the Nachash, the enchanter, enchanted them with these words. So, as I explained previously, words are the medium that Yahweh used to interact with the physical realm from a spiritual point of view. We also see that in the garden where the word was walking in the garden, and how important that is to understand that medium. And Yeshua is also known as the Word who became flesh. So Yeshua is an embodied word. So we as humans, we are words as well. Your words are basically who you are. What you say tells more about who you are as a person as anything else. Not your appearance, not your thoughts, but your words. What come out of that mouth gate of yours is what reveal you to other people. So be careful what you say, because you will portray what is on the inside. Sometimes it's good to know what's on the inside so you can deal with it, but other people will see it as well. So words are very important. They embody you in a different medium. Back to righteousness. So righteousness, first one is dealing with the consequences of sin. The second part of righteousness is basically a lifestyle of righteousness, which I depict with that little step thing, where you get truth, you apply the truth, which is called faithfulness, faithful in the truth you receive, which is the premise of faith, and that elevates your state of righteousness, or the process of righteousness, to a new level of holiness. So as you get more truth, it will elevate you to a higher level of holiness through the process of righteousness. So righteousness definition is to know and to do what is right. To know what is right, you need the truth. If you do what is right, it manifests in holiness, because you are set apart. You have set apart actions. Your actions are different to the people in the world. So holiness and righteousness is connected in that regard as well. So the command that Yeshua gave us, and Paul gave us, and the Old Testament, or the Tanakh and the Torah teach us, is that be holy, for I am holy. We are made in Yahweh's image and likeness. So the likeness is about His righteousness. His righteousness is basically the goal, the lifestyle He would like us to have. And the lifestyle is basically what Pinchas did. And that is the connection to prayer. So I'm going to finish this off later on, hopefully over the weekend or early next week, just to elaborate a bit more so I can gather my thoughts with this. I hope you have a good day, and shalom. Speak to you later.